Hello. Sorry about the sound in the last one. Oh dear. I don't have the guidance of my cat at the moment, so I think these things are probably going to be routine. There's a fellow called Barry Gardiner. Barry Gardiner. No, Barry Gardner. Barry Gardner. Um, he's not a flower. He's a Labour MP, and he wrote something about the customs union. And Boris Johnson, when he was prime minister, said, "Ma, tell me, well, what is this all? What is all this stuff about a customs union? Well, what is a customs union?" And I must say, it's the sort of question I would ask. But then I'm not prime minister, and I'm not suggesting that we should be leaving the customs union. And the fact that the architect of our Brexit, the architect of the debate during the referendum, didn't know really what he was talking about, and demonstrated beautifully by Gardner, and so I think it's quite true. This is why we have a problem with Northern Ireland that it's taken so long for Chris Heaton-Harris to sort out, and Chris Heaton-Harris has only sorted it out insofar as there is a pathwork for solution. That solution is dependent on the cooperation of the DUP. The DUP are as crazy as Mrs. May. Mrs. May, sometimes with that sort of extraordinary expression she's got, it's like being savaged by a cabbage. And Theresa, is it Theresa? No, Theresa May. I've just done her, squashed, and Liz Truss. She with the hand job hands, the puppeteering. Don't know who's controlling her. I don't think she knows who's controlling her. But she can't keep her mouth shut either, and nor can Boris Johnson. We've got these three ex-MPs, all of whom are the architects of our disaster. The only one who can keep his mouth shut, the person who ran away once he realised what a mess he'd made, David Cameron. David Cameron probably could do something to sort out the mess. We're left with Rishi Sunak, who doesn't have the experience really to solve all these problems. He's quite a new boy into Parliament, and he's as new boys go, I would give him an earnest 6 out of 10. But he's surrounded by more twits like Suella Braverman, who's eager to replace him. A country run by Suella Braverman. I would be in a small boat, begging in Calais to take me in. I think Suella Braverman has finally said something of use, which is that the 1951 Refugee Convention is the key to solving the migrant crisis. But the migrant crisis is one that most of the northern countries face. That's not only Europe, it's America as well. And unless we repair the damage and realign the 1951 Refugee Convention with our current 21st century experience, we are going to continue to have problems. So what Suella Braverman's solution is that all countries should be should operate on self-interest. All countries should stop people coming by illegal and unsafe routes. Well, yes, that's if you have legal and safe routes. We don't. She's made sure of that. So again, you've got this issue with this very strange Home Secretary who is simply in the mould of Theresa May. Theresa May set this ball rolling. Theresa May is ultimately responsible for Suella Braverman's nonsense. So unless you accept the solution, she won't let you acknowledge the problem. Her solution, as with Rwanda, is wrong. The problem, she's actually right to identify. The problem is the 1951 Refugee Convention. And she acknowledged on the 22nd of November last year to Tim Lawton in a Home Office Select Committee meeting that if somebody from Africa, if an unidentified, anonymous, hypothetical individual boy from Africa wanted to join the rest of his family and friends in the UK, there was no way, there was no safe and viable legal route for him to follow to get from an undisclosed country in Africa to the United Kingdom, even if he merited refugee status once he got there. So Suella Braverman conceded. The only way for him to come was by small boat across the English Channel and then to apply for asylum on this side. At the time, on the 22nd of November, her diabolical law had not yet come into power. Now it has come into power. Now, actually, that route is no longer possible. Under international law, it's still valid. Under national law, it's not. And I'm afraid that is the area where this legally will be challenged. So the only way forward, and she knows, which is why she was in New York making this speech, she knows the only way forward is to challenge the 1951 Refugee Convention. But that is where she should have been going months ago. Months ago.